Hello friend, Assalamu alaikum. Friend, this is the very special video for you for performing Oracle database recovery of a specific table. So in this video, I will perform a complete scenario for performing Oracle database recovery from the start. Okay, so let's do some theory about it. Okay, we can use Oracle database recovery in these two purposes. We can recover specific tables from the RMAN backup. Okay, if we have a RMAN backup in our repository, in our tape drive, and in the physical drive, so we can recover a specific table from the RMAN backup. Okay, second one, we can create a export term of this of a particular table from the RMAN backup. If we want to create an export dump, okay, and we want to import this export dump into another database, so we can also perform this activity by the use of Oracle table recovery. Okay, so these are some supported options for performing Oracle database recovery. We can define the auxiliary database destination. This auxiliary database destination is the template destination of my database where Oracle will, this auxiliary database Oracle will create temporary purpose for restoring the specific database. Okay, we can define the SCN number in it. We want to restore this table which we have dropped, which we dropped and which was truncated due to some reason, and uh, with some rows deleted from this table. So we can recover this table by the use of RMAN uh, from some SCN number. If we know the SCN number of database, we can recover it. If you don't know the SCN number, we can also recover uh, this table until time. We can define some time period to recover this table. Okay. The fourth one is data bump. In this process, Oracle create as the auxiliary database, and after that, Oracle will create a data bump or specific table from this auxiliary database. So this we can define the data bump destination. We can also define the data bump file name. Okay. And the next one option is no table import. So if we don't want to restore the table, if we want to create only a export dump, so we can use this no table import option. To this option, if you use this option, it will create an export file for us. Okay, and we can import this export file to another environment. Okay. Second line is a remap table. We can also change the table. Let's suppose my table name is customer. So we can restore the this table by the use of customer underscore new. Okay. So we can also change the table name. We can also remap the table space. Let's suppose my table which has been dropped belongs to table space is user. So we can restore this table in another table space. Okay, that's what I want to restore this table in the user 2. So we can remap this user to user 2 table space as well. So these are some specific requirements for performing a table based recovery. Okay, so in this recovery, Oracle will create an auxiliary database. Okay, first Oracle will create the auxiliary database. In auxiliary database is a temporary database which contain the control file, redo file, system, 6aux, undo, and temp table space. Okay, is a very small database. Okay, this auxiliary instance will create by this recover. When we execute this recovered table command, Oracle will automatically generate this auxiliary instance which contains these files. Okay, so we need to create some ample space for this auxiliary database. I will show you how much space required for in my next step, next slide. Okay. Second one is TSPIR ITR database. Okay. In this database files, the database files. In this database file, Oracle will restore only those data files which are belongs to my table. Okay. If my table uh, have if my table contains data files user 1 and user 2. Okay, so Oracle will restore only two data files. Okay, okay, the Oracle will not restore all data files. Oracle will restore only those data files which contain the related table information. Okay, third one is space required for export file. Export file, this is the file is nearest to table size. Okay, if my table size is 2 GB, so we need to assume that the export file would be almost to 2 GB. Okay. The last one, we need to ensure the ample space available for archive file generation. When Oracle import this table to my original database, so Oracle will generate the archive file in my database. Okay. So for that, these are four requirements. So first, when we execute recovery, table recovery, Oracle will automatically create a auxiliary database. After creating the auxiliary database, Oracle will restore the data file which belongs to my table. After creating this, restoring this data file, Oracle will take the export of my table from this database. Then Oracle will import this table to my actual database. Okay. So this is now I'm going to perform some activity for you. This is a sample information. This is my table name is bux sample underscore table. Okay, which has been dropped. Okay, this is the 2.25 GB size of my table, and this is my auxiliary database. This device size I've required for 2.8 GB size required for auxiliary database. Okay, and the fourth one is point in time recovery database. In this database files, Oracle will restore only those files which are belongs to my table. Okay, and the fifth one is archive file size. I have required 5 GB archive file size for restoring this table. Okay, my export dump size will be almost 2 GB. Okay, and I will use auxiliary destination is slash data to restore DB. So let's perform how we restore this in our environment. So this is my environment where I will perform the same activity. Okay, so this is the directory where I will restore the auxiliary database. This directory I will use for auxiliary database restoration. In this directory, Oracle perform all operation. Oracle will create the auxiliary database. In this directory, Oracle will create the point in time recovery database files. On this directory, Oracle will also create the export dump in this directory. Okay, so I just remove all, if any file exists on this, I just remove all files from there. Okay, and just after that, I'm just creating. If you already have the sample space in directory, and you have newly create this directory, you don't need to perform these steps. Okay. Before starting this activity, I just cleaning the archive files. Okay. If you have already have available space in your environment, so you don't need to perform this archive deletion activity in your environment. Okay. After this, I will take a fresh backup of my database. Okay, just take, why I'm doing this activity, I'm just creating the scenario for you. Okay, in your environment, you don't need to take a backup. Okay, you if you are performing the recovery in your environment, so at for that you should have a RMAN backup available in your environment. Okay, so you don't need to perform. This exercise I'll create for your learning and for your understanding. Now backup currently running. So currently backup is running. This is the second window. And backup is running on slide backup. Okay, this is the directory where backup is creating. And this is my shell script which I use for taking my RMAN backup. If you want to check the script in this RMAN backup, you can watch my video for taking the RMAN backup from my YouTube channel. Okay. Now, one backup set has been completed. Now, another backup is going to finish. Now backup has been completed successfully. Okay, so before this, I'll just get select the current SCN number of my database. Okay, now this is my SCN number. Let's save it on investigation. Now after that, I just drop this table. Okay, now table has been dropped. Okay, now in your environment, you don't need to perform these steps. I just perform these steps for creating a scenario. Okay, in your environment, you have to perform this recovery, only recovery, because you should have the backup available in your environment before performing the recovery. If you have any issue in your production environment, okay, so you just need to perform these steps from there. Okay, I'm just going to create a directory. In this directory, I will restore this. I will use this directory for my auxiliary database. In this directory, Oracle I will use for auxiliary database creation, point in time database, and export database creation. Okay. Before the activity, I just perform some cross check of, of backup and delete some expired backup. Okay. So after that, this RMAN target this side. Okay. And let me show you current structure of my. This is the slice data file system. In this file system, okay, let me show you how many directories exist in this file system. This is archive directory exists in it. In this directory, archive file of my actual instance. Okay, this is my actual instance. Let me show you DB1. DB1 this is my actual instance, which is my production instance. Okay, so these instance the archive file will be generated on that location. Okay, and I just create a second directory is restore DB. Okay, and restore DB. In this location, I will use this location for creating the auxiliary database. Okay, let's execute same command. Before this, I just put this SCN number in it, which I already saved. If you don't have and you don't remember the SCN number, okay, so you can also put the time. Okay, if you know where your table, which time the table has been dropped, okay, so you can put the time over there, is the date and time. Okay, you can perform until time based recovery. Okay, so in this session I'm just performing recovery on SCN basis. Okay, so now I'm executing this file. This is recovered table, and this is the table which I am going to recover, which I have already dropped. Which in your environment, you can also use the table which you want to recover. Okay. After the SCN, enter SCN number which I collect from this command. Okay. And auxiliary destination file location this I will do. So in this location, Oracle will use this location for restoring the temporary database. Okay. First is auxiliary database files, and second one is point in time recovery files. third one is the export term. So now let's execute it. Starting automatic instance. Okay, let's Control C, EF minus EF, grab S1. So if you see that a new instance has been started, this is a temporary instance. Okay, so this activity has no any impact of this activity on your production environment. You just ensure the availability of space. Okay, or don't use the space. Don't use the directory of database data files of your production data files. You should create a another directory for this. You can use if you are using the ASN, so you can define the plus data over there. So Oracle will automatically you create the plus data and another directory temporary directory for you. Okay, if you want to restore on a file system, so you can use another file system which is not belongs with your production database files. Okay, choose another and separate file system for this because you can also use the same file system if you have a ample space available on this file system. So you need to ensure the size availability size because if the file system is get full due to this, so it will definitely impact on your production database. So you need to ensure for this. Let me check. Send the same directory is a DB1 folder has been created. Oracle has been created a DB1 folder. In this DB1 folder, Oracle create data file folder. In this data file folder, Oracle create a system, sysops, undo, and temp. Okay, these files Oracle create in this folder. Okay, and the files size is 2.6 GB. Okay, and control file also create in this folder. Okay, you see, and then online log file. Okay, there is no online log file here. Okay, so the total size is du minus is 2.6 GB database which has been created in same location. Okay, that is ps minus here grab s1. Okay, instance up now Oracle is going to create a new. Now, if you see this, the new directory has been created. In this directory, Oracle restoring the data files which belongs to my table. Okay, so if your data file size is 10 GB, okay, so Oracle will restore the complete 10 GB data file. Okay, if your table consists two data files. Okay, so Oracle will restore two data files. So in this step, Oracle will restore all data files belongs to your table. Okay, Oracle will also restore the dependent objects. Okay, if this in an index, so Oracle will also restore the data file which belongs to your index. Okay, if your index is created on another table space, Oracle will also create the index data file in this step.